1 minute to answer. Then each remaining candidate will be allowed a 45-second rebuttal. The debate will end with each candidate having the opportunity to give a closing statement. Thank you again for attending. And next, I want to welcome to the stage the debate moderator, this year's SGA President, John David Jones.
War Eagle. My name is John David Jones, and I serve as the current student body president. Welcome to the 2024 Student Government Association debate. We're excited to have you here, and now please join me in welcoming to the stage 2024 Miss Auburn candidates. Alexia, you may now begin your remarks. You will have 3 minutes.
Good evening, Auburn family. My name is Alexia Carter, and I'm so excited to be running for Miss Auburn this upcoming week and for the opportunity to share my platform with you all this evening. My platform is based on stanza 6 of the Auburn Creed. I believe in the human touch, which cultivates sympathy with my fellow men and mutual helpfulness and happiness for all. I believe that we can increase the human touch on Auburn's campus through the following 5 starting points. And I call them starting points because I would like for even after this campaign and this journey this week, for these legacies to hold steadfast in the Auburn family's hearts. My first point is going to be increased mental health services on campus through increasing the allotted amount of sessions that you receive through your tuition. My second point is going to be increased accessibility on campus by beginning construction to build handicap ramps on buildings that are lacking them. My third point is going to be student worker class accommodations, because as a student worker myself, I feel like it is very important that we are able to balance our work and class loads effectively. My fourth point is going to be the increased recruitment and retention of underrepresented and minority communities from more rural areas in Alabama, and increasing merit-based scholarships to lessen that financial load. And my last and final point is going to be a Swipe Out Hunger initiative, in which we donate unused swipes and dining dollars to a ticket pool for students experiencing food insecurity to request from should they need to, and to expand their dining options here on campus. Again, I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to speak with you all this evening and share my platform, and I hope to see you all advocate with Alexia in these upcoming days on the concourse. Thank you.
Abby, you may now begin your remarks. You have 3 minutes.
Hey guys, my name's Abby Starr. I have the huge honor of running to be this year's Miss Auburn. My platform, Shine with Star, is all about making sure Auburn students are in a place where they feel like they can shine the brightest. The basis of my platform is around the 6th line of the Creed, where George Petrie discussed the human touch and how it works to cultivate mutual helpfulness for all. My platform is all about community, because that's what's made a difference to me in my time at Auburn. It centers around 3 points: community, connect, and collaborate. So community is all about making sure students at Auburn are plugged into the community available to them. Practically, I want to do this by implementing college involvement fairs specific to each college, so it can ease the load of having to find a familiar face when you go to that first meeting. The second point, connect, is all about connecting Auburn cities to Auburn's campus. I think that's something that's very unique to Auburn and is often overlooked, but can really benefit students if we can find the right way to utilize this tool. So I want to do this by highlighting organizations that already utilize this unique connection, like Big Event and Project Uplift, and also working with local businesses to provide internship opportunities for current Auburn students so they can learn while also furthering their education. The third point is collaborate. This is all about fostering genuine relationships between professors and students, as well as alumni and students. I want to do this by working to incentivize professors' office hours as a way to encourage students to get to know the professors more on a personal level, and also working by creating an alumni mentorship program specific to each college to kind of bridge the gap between the different generations of the Auburn family, so we can learn from those who came before us. Now that you've gotten to hear a little bit about the details of my platform, I want to take a couple seconds just to share my heart behind it. As someone who grew up in Auburn, I thought I knew what the Auburn family was, but the truth is the Auburn family is way more than just tailgates on a Saturday. It's a special community that is there to pick you up and knock the dust off of you when you fall down and tell you to keep going. I've been blessed enough to experience this firsthand. My freshman year, honestly, I really wasn't that involved, and it very quickly started to feel like I was just doing college in the same place I'd always been. And it wasn't until I started to get involved and find my people at Auburn that it started to feel like my own. So when I realized that I was going to have a chance to share a platform across Auburn's campus, I knew I wanted to be about community so no one felt the way I did freshman year. I'm really passionate about this platform because I know it works and it's something that is incredibly tangible. And I think community at Auburn is something that proves that if you love Auburn, it will love you back.
Lily, you may now begin your remarks. You have 3 minutes.
Hey y'all, my name is Lily Pounders, and I'm so thankful and honored to be standing before you today and have the privilege of being a top 5 candidate for Miss Auburn. My platform is centered around mentorship and fostering mentorship in the Auburn family. So when I first came to Auburn, I'm from a small rural town in North Alabama, and I knew hardly anyone. I didn't really know what organizations to join or who to look to for advice and guidance. And thankfully, I started just applying for different organizations, and I had friends that picked me up along the way and gave me advice and wisdom to help. Through freshman forum and different opportunities like this early on, I quickly learned that there are older people who have been in these exact places and can lead us younger students well. I'm so thankful that I had those opportunities early on, but I know that there's so many students on Auburn's campus that still need these opportunities and are looking for people to give them wisdom and mentorship. So we're going to work through this platform to create that for everyone. Students from all backgrounds, from big cities and small towns, and from countries not even in the United States. We're going to work to create mentorship. On day 1 of my campaign, we're going to focus on leaning into the Auburn family, leaning into the alumni and connecting with them so that all students may be heard and may be led well. We're going to create a Canvas tab so that students can go in and access alumni contacts, what they did during their time at Auburn, such as their major and things they were involved in, and then what these individuals do now. I would love to work with the Auburn alumni ambassadors to make this possibility real for all students and available to create a network of the Auburn family. On day 2 of my campaign, we're going to focus on listening to one another. This is where the Auburn Creed really shines because it says that I believe in honesty and truthfulness, without which I cannot win the respect of my fellow men. I truly believe that if we're honest and open with one another, we will build confidence and respect for one another, and deeper relationships will be fostered. We hope to do this by creating focus groups with student ambassadors. So like Abby was sharing earlier, I know she's student ag ambassador, and I'm a COSAM leader for the College of Science and Mathematics. And all different colleges have these organizations, these ambassadors that lead within their school. I hope to create focus groups so that freshmen and sophomores can go and ask their questions and be heard and listened to, as well as listen to advice and guidance from the older students who are a part of these organizations. Finally, on day 3 of my campaign, we're going to switch our focus to the seniors. We focus so much time on equipping our freshmen and sophomores and even juniors, but we're ready to equip the seniors to lead well, and we will do this by emphasizing the Creed to Succeed course and adding a leadership component to it. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope to get to know you all better on the concourse this week.
Grace, you may now begin your remarks. You have 3 minutes.
Where you go, y'all. My name is Grace Krim. Throughout this process, I've had the opportunity to just reflect on my time here at Auburn, and I'm reminded of the incredible people and experiences that this place has brought me. I know that, like many students, like many of y'all, my first few years were a whirlwind of striving to feel a sense of belonging and just a place here on campus. So I'm excited to center my platform all about finding your place here on campus. And I hope that I can connect students with one another because I know that our strengths are widely different, but our problems are all very similar. So I hope to broaden and strengthen the relationships here on campus. I hope to do that by emphasizing the place that students can have within the student body, by showing students that they can benefit from their place amongst our faculty and staff, and by enabling prospective students to see how their place can be found here on campus as well. So first, I hope to emphasize that students can find their place within the student body by increasing the mentorship opportunities available for students to get plugged in. I think when navigating the 600 plus organizations, the 150 majors, as well as the thousands of research opportunities that are presented to you freshman year, it can be overwhelming. So emphasizing the ways in which students can get plugged in with one another, both older and younger, really would strengthen those relationships and allow for the best few years here on campus. Next, I hope to emphasize the place that can be found amongst our faculty and staff. Auburn's faculty have just as much of a place here on campus as we do. So emphasizing that the university does want to help its students and does care about its students would help bridge that gap and just show the students that there really can be a place amongst faculty and staff, and they can have that relationship together. And then finally, I hope to emphasize to prospective students that their place can be found here on campus by branching our outreach projects to all geographical locations as well as interests to show that no matter where you're from or what you're looking to pursue, your place can be found right here on campus. I am so excited to be running on this platform because there's so many great things that Auburn has given me and Auburn has shown me how to find my place here on campus, so I hope to give that opportunity to other students. I know that there's so many ways to get plugged in, and I just hope to emphasize that to all students. Thank you for your time, and War Eagle.
Claire, you may now begin your remarks. You will have 3 minutes.
Good evening in War Eagle. My name is Claire Congo, and I'm so honored to have the opportunity to run for Miss Auburn this week. I'm so excited to share more about my platform and my love for Auburn. My platform centers around the line of the creed because Auburn men and women believe in these things. I believe in Auburn and love it. The ultimate goal of my platform is just that. It's the people, specifically focusing on international students. My goal is to enhance the community that international students find here the second they get on campus by encouraging all members of the Auburn family to get out of their bubble, take a step outside of their comfort zone, and build community and foster relationships that will last a lifetime. By encouraging equal access to resources and building a community that cares, we can find unity within the Auburn family and support the success of every single student. Through my time volunteering with the campus kitchen since freshman year, I realized the needs that international students have here on campus, and this is truly where my passion lies. I'm so eager for this week to get started, and I'm so excited each of you are here with us. I hope to gain your support, and I hope that you'll collab with Claire this week. Thank you so much.
Thank you to our Miss Auburn candidates for sharing their platforms. Will our treasurer candidates please make their way to the podiums? Jonathan, you may now begin with your opening remarks. You will have 1 minute.
Thank you. War Eagle, my name is Jonathan Smith, and I'm so excited to be running for SGA Treasurer. This has been an opportunity that I do not take lightly. Ever since I began this process, I really wanted to know what do students want out of a treasurer. And so after I chose to do that, I started meeting with various students from freshmen all the way into seniors, from some of the wealthiest backgrounds to some of the most humble beginnings. And from that, I came up with my 3 pillars, and they all start with a J, so it's easy to remember. So the first one is Jumpstart. It is to jumpstart your financial literacy journey through 2 ways. One, through an Instagram financial alerts page, and also through a 1 credit hour course. Secondly, I also want to journey with you all through through one, expanding AU10, and also with the Quizlet Plus, expanding your student activity fee. And lastly, I want to join you and be an advocate for you. Thank you.
Ansley, you may now begin your opening remarks. You will have 1 minute.
War Eagle, y'all. My name is Ainsley Neal, and it is a true honor and privilege to be standing here in front of y'all as an SGA Treasurer candidate. As an out-of-state finance and business analytics student, I have learned the true value of my education. I want every cent that I give to this university to be given back to me in the form of student experience. And my platform, Advance with Ainsley, is working to advance the financial landscape of Auburn University and creating a student-centered and student-focused budgetary environment. My platform has 3 main points, all also starting with A, being allocation, accountability, and advocacy. I hope that y'all get to learn a little bit more about my platform as we go through this debate, and I'm very excited to get to share my platform with y'all on the conference as well. Hope y'all choose to advance with Ainsley this week.
Will, you may now begin your opening remarks. You have 1 minute.
War Eagle, y'all. My name is Will Goodner, and it's an honor to be running to be your next SGA Treasurer. My platform focuses on increasing financial success across our campus through financial workshops to promote financial literacy, increased marketing of our awesome scholarship platform, and implementation of a job base that will allow students to upload their resumes for employers on and off of our campus to reach in and pull from our awesome students. I think these are just some things that could benefit every single student on our campus, and I hope you all choose to grow with Goodner.
Jonathan, the first question is for you, and you'll have 1 minute to answer. What has prepared you to serve as SGA Treasurer?
I believe that I'm most prepared to serve as treasurer due to three simple reasons. One, speaking with students, understanding their actual financial needs. One, from understanding that they need to be aware of financial things occurring while they're in school and also when they get out of school. Secondly, backed by my unparalleled experiences being in the Senate, serving with the Budget and Finance Committee, and working with the past two treasurers, I understand what is needed to succeed. And lastly, I want to also stress the fact that this is relatable. It's something that's been proven over time, and I want to expand this. Thank you.
Hansel, you will have 45 seconds to rebuttal.
Yes, I have three reasons why I do believe that I am well prepared to serve as SGA treasurer. The first of which being a finance student. In every single one of my classes, I have spent lots of time learning about how to create budgets, how to allocate money, and all of the things that would be important in a financial world. And I'm very excited that I have taken almost all of my finance classes, considering I have been ahead of everyone else. And so I'm excited that I've gotten to learn that. Secondly, I'm a member of the Financial Management Association and the Auburn Student Investment Fund, which I've learned a lot through. And finally, I am a student. I pay the money, and I know exactly how I want my money to be spent. So that's how I would want to embody that as a student or as SGA treasurer.
Will, you have 45 seconds to rebuttal.
What I believe has prepared me to serve to be an SGA treasurer is I served as a director of Auburn Rings, and that made me familiar with the way that the SGA functions as a whole and how closely the treasurer works with the ring team. I saw how the treasurer works with the SGA Rings budget and just the budget in general, and that experience also allowed me to see how cabinet works as a whole.
Ansley, the second question goes to you, and you'll have a minute to answer. One of the greatest concerns widely expressed by the student body over the past year has been affordability on Auburn's campus. How will you plan to address this student concern?
Yes, so every single semester, every Auburn student pays $916 into the student services fee, 52 of which go into the student activity fund, which the SGA treasurer uses to create the budget. I understand that affordability is an issue. I know it's something that I think about constantly, just because, again, like I said, we're all students. We all pay the money. We want to know where it's going. So I'd want to make sure that through transparency of the budgeting process and also making sure that students know how they can request more money through the reserve fund request process, that they would know exactly where their money's going. And yes, it's hard. I don't necessarily want to lower the student services fee because then our student experience would be subdued, but I want to make sure that students know where their money is going so that they are a lot more content with what they are paying.
Will, you have 45 seconds to rebuttal.
Something I plan to do is to work with the administration to keep our tuition and fees low. According to a recent study by the Wall Street Journal, the university's expenses have gone up and the education has stayed the same. And I want to take a deeper look into that and to see why that is happening and how we can just work that out and figure out how to make that better for everybody.
Jonathan, you'll have 45 seconds to rebuttal.
Yes, sir. This is a central pillar of my platform, which is Journey. Everyone, regardless of their background, understands that we all want to save money. And I have two practical ways by doing that. Firstly, I want to revamp and expand AU10 to businesses downtown, in Tigertown, and also in Midtown to allow students to save 10% off at certain businesses. Lastly, I want to expand our student activity fees, namely because there are so many resources and opportunities that Auburn has not taken advantage of, specifically Quizlet Plus, which makes students more efficient when it comes to studying. Thank you.
Will, the next question goes to you, and you'll have a minute to answer. Out of all the points listed in your platform, what is your biggest priority and why, and how will you address it?
The biggest priority of my platform is jobs. I believe it is extremely important for students to be able to get a job if they want one, and I believe by implementing a database where students can upload their resumes, then students will be able to be pulled from our businesses on and off campus, and they'll be allowed to receive a job from that if they would like one.
Jonathan, you will have 45 seconds to rebuttal.
The last pillar of my platform is Join. And this one's really the bedrock of my platform, which centers around making sure that I'm a voice for you. This is the bottom one because it's the foundation for the Jumpstart Your Financial Literacy Journey and also journeying with you to save as much money as possible. And so by that, I want to make sure that I'm accountable to you guys and being transparent with where your money is going, where your $52 are actually being used, and lastly, making sure that when all student activity organizations propose their budgets, that we work collaboratively to get the best results.
Ansel, you will have 45 seconds to rebuttal.
My platform points, again, are allocation, accountability, and advocacy, but I truly do believe that my most important platform point is oh my gosh, advocacy. Yes, it is so important that the SGA treasurer is financially minded and propose and create a budget that works with every student. However, they also have a seat at the table when big decisions are being made on behalf of the student body within the student government organization and also with university administration. And the next SGA treasurer needs to be someone who can speak up for those whose voices may not always be heard.
Johnny, you may now begin with your closing remarks. You will have 1 minute.
Thank you guys for attending this tonight. Tonight, I hope I was able to illustrate, number one, my unparalleled experience, being able to work with the past two treasurers, being able to be a part of student clubs like FMA, to just being a student, actually talking to you before I actually presented my platform. My platform is really simple, making sure your entire financial journey here at Auburn is the best that it can be. Number one, for making sure you're prepared to be the best Auburn person possible. Secondly, to journeying with you to help you save money. And lastly, number one, to join you to be the best voice for you as much as possible. So I hope February 2nd that you'll be able to hit the jackpot with Jonathan. Thank you.
Angela, you may now give your closing remarks. You have 1 minute.
Over the past 3 years as an Auburn student, there are lots of things that I've noticed and recognized as a student and as a leader in a lot of organizations. Those three things are how important money is to every single student on this campus. And over the next year as SGA treasurer, I would hope to emphasize to you how important your $52 is and how important it is that, to me, that money goes somewhere that you get to experience during your 4 short years at Auburn.
Well, you may now give your closing remarks. You have 1 minute.
I'm incredibly thankful to have been given the opportunity to run for this position. As treasurer, I hope to better our financial literacy on campus through marketing our Region's Next Step program and implementation of financial workshops. I hope to improve the accessibility of our scholarships and allow students to see where they can apply for scholarships and when those deadlines are. And I plan on implementing this database for students that want jobs to be able to get jobs. I believe that I can bring some great perspective and initiative on SGA operations if elected. Being from Auburn myself, I've had the chance to see what our SGA has done throughout the years, and I've wanted to give back to this campus that has given so much for me. I believe in work, hard work, and that is exactly what I will do if elected for this position.
Thank you. You may now step down from the stage. Next, we will hear from our vice presidential candidate. Kara, you may now begin with your opening statement. You have 1 minute.
War Eagle, my name is Kara Herring, and I am so honored to have the opportunity to run to be your next SGA Vice President. I have spent the last 2 years serving as a student senator, both on behalf of my college and at large. Through researching and passing legislation, serving as a committee chair, and working closely with my SGA peers, the Student Senate has been a cornerstone of my Auburn experience. It is a privilege to have grown as a leader within the Student Senate and to have advocated on behalf of students, and as Vice President, I will continue to defend and promote the individual student. The 3 pillars of my platform, communication, collaboration, and cultivation, focus on identifying and improving issues faced by Auburn students, growing relationships between the Student Senate and other student organizations, as well as developing relations between students and senators. It is my goal that as Vice President, the Student Senate will become an active resource available to students and a body that delivers palpable, positive change to campus.
Kara, you'll have 1 minute and 30 seconds for the following questions. How would you define the role of SGA Vice President?
So, as SGA Vice President, you are tasked with presiding over the Student Senate. Really, the senator's job is to pass legislation, and a lot of times I think we think of our own government in the United States and things that the Senate does and the bills that they pass. And as Vice President, it is my job to serve as the President of the Student Senate. I have the privilege of working with 34 elected senators who represent at large and their respective colleges, and working alongside them as they pursue the initiatives that are important to them and the things that they were elected to do. It is not my job to dictate the projects that they pursue, but rather to provide them with the resources, the insight, and the experience that they need to succeed.
During your time as Vice President, there may come a time when a senator needs your assistance in writing a bill that you may not agree with. How would you handle this situation?
So I think that is one of really the beautiful benefits of working within SGA is that you're going to come across students who you don't always agree with. And as Vice President, it's not my job to agree with them.
Rather, I want to make sure that as Vice President, I am ensuring that I am really communicating with them, probing them into why they are pursuing this initiative, ensuring that they are collecting an adequate amount of student feedback, and making sure that this is a project that is not only something coming from their personal agenda, but rather something that is really needed from students. And then after all of those things, if this is still something they want to pursue and something that the majority of the Student Senate seems worthwhile, it is then my job to support them in their endeavors and ensure that their project becomes a reality.
With more than 30,000 students now at Auburn, how will you ensure that the Senate is able to represent and engage the voice of all Auburn students with only 34 senators?
Absolutely. So with only 34 senators and so many students, I think it is so crucial that students have a relationship with their senator, and I think that this starts at the beginning. I really want to increase the efforts of senators at Camp Regal and during the first 56 to ensure that when incoming students are coming to Auburn, they number one know who their senator is, but also the resource that their senator can provide for them. The Student Senate has such an active role within the student body and can really make an impact, and I really want to make sure that all of these senators feel like they have the opportunity to gather as much feedback as possible and they know the processes of doing that, but also that students know where their feedback can be submitted and the senators and where they can be reached out to make sure that they know that their senator is someone who they can reach out for and they can help, and that the senator will be there to help them accomplish their goals.
You may now conclude with your closing remarks. You will have 1 minute.
I could not be more grateful for the opportunities I've been granted to give back to Auburn University. Through my time in SGA, I have learned the creativity, resilience, and devotion it takes to make a difference on campus. It is a privilege to work toward making our alumni proud, serving my fellow students, and leaving a legacy for generations to come. With gratitude for my last 2 years serving as a senator and with excitement for this next year's potential, it is an honor to run to be your next SGA Vice President. Thank you.
Thank you. You may now step down from the stage. The last part of this evening will include hearing from your presidential candidate. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage. Jack, you may now begin with your opening remarks. You will have 1 minute.
War Eagle, everybody. My name is Jack Hilton, and I'm thankful to be up here running for student body president. Just really humbled and honored to be able to represent this organization that's meant so much to me and this university that has given me my best friends and some of the best experiences in my life. So our platform is based on stories. We believe stories are what make the Auburn family what it is. My campaign manager, Tiffany, always says that stories are everything, and I think that is so true, and so true about Auburn, because we genuinely care about people in a way that is so tangible. So with this campaign, it's a little bit different this year because we don't have an opponent, but we feel like we have even more of a responsibility to go to the student body to build trust. That's what this campaign's about, is building trust and making sure the student body knows that we're here for them and that we want to provide for the needs that they need. So, yeah.
You have 1 minute and 30 seconds for the following questions. As SGA president, you have a chance to voice student opinions to administrators, board of trustees, and the community. How do you maintain the diverse voice of the student body and ensure students are adequately represented when opinions from administration may differ?
It's a great question. So something I saw on Senate a lot this year is we'll have a lot of meetings with administration, and there will definitely be some differing opinions, and hard conversations are super important, especially this day and age. But what I've seen is that relationships over projects are what we need to prioritize going forward. Making sure that if someone has a project 5 years down the line, that I'm stewarding that relationship well, and making sure that they're able to go through with that project if they want to, because that relationship has been built. Just like JD has done in the past, building those relationships and stewarding them in the future, both with admin and other students.
What area of SGA is the most in need of growth to better serve students?
That's a great question. So I think there's a lot of different areas that you can definitely look at, but I think the freshman year experience is something that we can definitely look at in the future. We had our biggest freshman class here last fall, and the freshman year time is so crazy with everyone jumping into different organizations. We want to create an environment in SGA where people are encouraged to come back their sophomore and junior year. So that's something that Auburn does a great job of. We have a 93% retention rate, which is one of the best in the country and is incredible. And we want to mirror that with SGA going forward. So that's something that I definitely want to work on.
As you lead a team of 150 plus individuals, what are the specific strategies and measures you will use to manage your team?
I think it starts with accountability, and that starts from the top with me. I know I'll have people around me that will hold me accountable, and I'll expect the same for all the people within the organization. And also the same thing with administration, prioritizing our relationships. At the end of the day, we're going to leave Auburn with memories and experiences, but also friends. And we want to make sure that when we leave SGA, we're leaving with friends and we don't get lost in projects or disagreements.
You may now begin with your closing remarks. You will have 1 minute.
So this has been an absolute honor to be able to run for this position this week, and it's really humbling to be able to see my friends and everyone. But I can't help to think in the future, 3-5 years down the line, a lot of people probably most people are going to forget who is SGA president or any of these positions. But what really matters and what we want to focus on are the people and the experiences. We want to make those the best they can possibly be for every single student. Whatever that looks like, wherever you're from, we want to be able to prioritize you, the individual student, War Eagle.
That concludes tonight's debate. Thank you to all the candidates for participating and running safe campaigns to engage their peers. On behalf of SGA Elections, I want to thank you all for attending in person and watching at home online. Thank you to Eagle Eye TV for their willingness to come and put on a fantastic production for us. Please make sure your voice is heard on voting day by voting Friday, February 2nd at aub.ie/SGA vote from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Check out the Auburn SGA social media pages for information on each candidate and how to vote. Thanks again, and War Eagle.